Race about to get underway though. The red lights are on the gantry. They go out now and the race gets underway, and it's that MX-5 that is on the inside line that qualified on pole position, that's been started there by Alan Henderson, that leads the way into Abbey for the first time. A great sight, 38 cars that we have starting this Tiguan Club Enduro Championship race that's going to be going on for the next 2 hours, and it is still Alan Henderson leading from Scott Parkin as they make their way down towards the village hairpin for the first time. Henderson in practice at 1:11.325. We go on board here with Scott Parkin's car as he comes out of village and down the hangar straight. You can see that Mazda MX-5 in a straight line is able to get away, Marcus.
Yeah, it's like a rocket, isn't it? And you can see that from Parkin's viewpoint that there was no living with it in a straight line. It's a Venturion, that's a car that the team developed from a standard road car. And it's quite a remarkable piece of kit.
He's lost out of position. I think that's Simon Major, isn't it, that's got up into second position, who won the Road Sports race solo yesterday. He's sharing the driving today with Justin Middleton, but he's got ahead of Scott Parkin, who's gone down to third position. And as we come towards the end of this first lap of the race, and I'm not convinced that the timing screen has got that quite right at the moment, because our eyes are telling us that it's not, that it's Henderson in the lead. Yes, that's right. So possibly an issue with his transponder. That could become annoying as the race goes on. Henderson it is that's leading. Then Major in second, Simon Parkin in third, and Ian Jones up to fourth position as well from ninth on the grid. So that's a good start to the race in that BMW Compact. It's into the pits goes the 10 car that started from the back anyway of Rob Fennick.
Yeah, well, it's a shame to be out so early, or in trouble so early into our race, and technicians diving on that and see what they can do. From Ryan Parkin.
Yeah, he is in fifth position. That's the BMW ahead of him, the BMW Compact of Ian Jones and Martin Gatsby, the much modified BMW Compact.
Yes.
And you can see how tight it is between those three cars ahead of us. Ryan Parkin in the Darkside developments car.
Well, this is his pro up there, a couple of places up, engaged in battle with Simon Major. Simon Major was second place. And first of the Parkins, then that BMW of Jones, and the second of the Parkins. Gillespie up there, Paul Browse hanging in there. It's Paul or his son Luke who popped that Cessna. Green Cupra on strong grid position.
Yeah, it's Paul on board at the moment, but possibly Luke will set the time.
House across the curve, quite sideways, was the VW Scirocco there.
That's the 183 car. That's Edward Cook, the green Scirocco that is shared with Stephen Cook. Good to see that as the 69 car goes through. That's started by Matthew Hampson, and that car has dropped outside of the top 10. It's in 16th position. Andy Schultz is the quicker driver of the two. We'll be taking over later on, and we'll try and get that car a little bit further back up the order again.
A lot of GT experience on Schultz.
Yes. So we've got three different classes racing in Club Enduro, and they are based on a power-to-weight ratio split. And it's 300 brake horsepower ton for Class A, and that's where the number 10 car came from. But as you can see, that seems to have broken at the moment, unfortunately. Class B is for cars with 240 brake horsepower per ton, and Class C, the limit is 180 brake horsepower per ton. There's three different classes. Class C, one of the least well supported today, but I think we've got 13 cars in Class B, 15 in Class A, and 9 in Class C. Seems to be the make-off thing. So fairly good numbers there. We can see the number 83 car going through. That's one of the Class B cars. That's Will Puttergill and Chris Nyland. Puttergill at the wheel of that car at the moment, and they are indeed the class leaders in the points coming into this weekend, having won the two previous rounds at Brandt Hatch on the Grand Prix circuit. That was in May, and Snetterton in June, which was the previous meeting for these cars about 2 months ago now. So it's been quite a gap in the calendar for the Tiguan Club Enduro Championship.
been quite a success story, hasn't it, over the
Yeah.
last 2 or 3 seasons. Big grids, very class, quality entry. Fantastic pieces of kit out there.
Yes, it was, just looking back to see exactly when it was that Club Enduro was inaugurated. The trial race was in 2015 at Snefton, which was sort of an elongated road sports race at the time, but then it was a
10th season.
yeah, exactly, a full season from 2016, the 3 races that year, I think 5 races the following year, and then it's built into a full championship over the subsequent seasons, and it really was a bit of a first. Others have since imitated since it was created, but it's still as popular as ever. As I say, almost 40 cars on the grid this weekend in the TDIs Club Enduro Championship, and there's a lot for everyone to play for. There's also the Clubman Cup for older cars as well, and that's being led by Chris Nylands and William Puttergill in their Motorsport cars so far this season. That's for cars of more than 10 years of age, effectively. So on board with Scott Parkin, who's in 3rd position, so he's lost a little bit of contact now with Simon Major, it would seem. He's a bit further up the road, just going through the left-hander, then down towards the right-hand hairpin and Village, turning their way through that, and through the left-hand kink, and then onto that right-handed link section that brings them on to the Grand Prix circuit, onto the Hanger Straight, where they run out wide over the exit of what is, I suppose, Chapel Curve, isn't it, on the Grand Prix circuit, and onto the long Hanger Straight.
Losing ground down the straight, that's for sure.
And up ahead, you can see already that Alan Henderson is getting into traffic. We're only on lap 6 of the race. There is quite a differential between front and back. There is a one car coming quite slowly up the pit straight, I can see from our commentary box window. Marcus is just getting the binoculars on that to see if we can identify
BMW
car. It is indeed 62, which is that's the Lee Dendy Sadler and Andy Gay car. Lee Dendy Sadler started that car, but you can see it on screen now. It's just going to pull up by the safety car, more or less, at the end of the pit lane, although now he's decided to get going again, so possibly he's realised that he can get back round at least to the pit lane entrance and get some remedial work done. Let's head down to the pit lane for the first time, and Kieran McGinley is there. Let's see who he's got.
Early issue here for the number 10 machine. I'm down here now with Andrew Shepherd. What's the latest? Because this happened very early on the first lap.
Yeah, so we had a pressure regulator valve go in road sports yesterday, so but obviously being Sunday we couldn't get its spare parts, so the team managed to get one off an engine that they had. They've driven it from Peterborough here today, so we fitted it this morning, so we missed qualifying, so we've gone out, not really tested the car since the valve was fitted, so we've obviously got some form of issue with that, so we're just trying to work out what that is. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get it rectified back out.
Absolutely, we'll keep a close eye on you. I mean, a spanner in the works to happen so early as well.
Yeah, not great, especially off the back of a faultless Friday test and a fairly faultless road sports until the last 2 or 3 laps. So, yeah, hopefully we can get some racing today.
Yeah, absolutely. But when was Rob saying about the problem? Was it very early on in the lap?
Yeah, as soon as he went out, really. Obviously, we did the 2 green flag laps, but we noticed the fault as soon as he got on full throttle. So,
well, best of luck to you. Hopefully, you can get it back out there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew Shepherd. Back to you in the commentary box.
Thank you, Kieran. As we're watching the number 77 car going through, that's Daniel Perry in the Ginetta G40 GT5. He has just gone through. He's in 26th position, 3rd in Class C at the moment. That's being led by Ash Moore in the championship leading car. They're looking to extend their faultless run of 3 wins from 3 so far. 2nd in that class, but already quite a long way behind the class leader, Paul Spiani and Johnny Hayes, and then Perry and Banks, they're right with Hayes and Spiani. They are in 3rd place, so about 14-second lead in Class C for Ash Moore, but then 2nd and 3rd are right together within Class C. So we're only about 10 minutes into this race. That's the 25 car we can see there. That's Colin Gillespie sharing the car with the sometime F1000 racer Alok Iyengar, the man from Pune in India. And already, we were saying earlier on that we hadn't seen any track limit penalties this weekend, and then within 10 minutes of the Club Enduro race starting, there's one for Matthew Hampson. So he has a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits in car number 69. Now he's running in 15th position at the moment.
Those penalties accumulate as we go along.
Yes, so
repeat offender gets.
There'll be another 10 seconds next time, and then I think it's either 30 seconds or a drive-through actually, if you exceed again. And obviously there's still 11/12ths of this race left to go. Now Hampson won't be in the car for all of it, because at some point he will hand over to Andy Schultz when I think it resets the penalty situation.
That Mazda that leads is absolutely fabulous, isn't it? We've seen it at Silverstone last year, and talking to the team about it, and it was showing signs of promise at that point, but still going to that phase where things were breaking and they were kind of discovering what needed beefing up in the car. And as it's all a one-off themselves, it will sort of develop as you go along. Really great job they've done. It looks the business.
It does, and already it's beaten its own lap. Well, I think it's not its own lap record. It was Alan Henderson who had the lap record, but in a different car. I think the Lotus, possibly a few years ago. But that was a 1:12.33, and already we've gone down to a 1:11.682 during the course of this race, which is 0.3 off what he did in qualifying, which in its own right is a 93-mile-an-hour lap. Yeah. Exactly, so that's a good effort. Now, of course, he's going to be lucky to get a clear lap for the rest of the race, so that's clearly going to start to have an impact on the ability to set really quick individual lap times. But on that last lap, by the way, Simon Major did take about 2 tenths out of the Henderson race lead. They've just come across the line again. The gap has got out that time to 3.3 seconds.
Yeah, some mistake in traffic, as we saw. And now, of course, that situation is for his chaser to contend with.
Yeah, so it's Henderson, number 90, I should say, that leads. Number 18, Simon Major in second place. Number 1, Scott Parkin is third. 117, Ian Jones is fourth. Ryan Parkin, number 6, is in fifth place. And number 34, Greg Saunders, is in sixth. In Class B at the moment, the lead is with Chris Webster, actually, and Matthew Tidmarsh in there. Golf liveried Janetta from in second place within that class, Will Putzigill and Chris Nyland. In third place in that class, Toby Partridge and Louis Woodward in the BMW. So there were 3 different types of car in the first 3 places within that class. And Class C, we've told you a moment ago that that's Ashmore that is ahead there. So working our way around the 11th lap of this race. We will head down to pit lane once again, and Kieran McGinley is there.
I'm down here in the garage of the number 62. I'm here with Andy Gay, and well, Lee Denby Sadler brought the car in very early on. What seems to be the issue?
We've had a few issues with overheating this weekend, and having wrecked a couple of engines earlier in the year, we thought it was best to have a look at it. Seems to have dropped its temperature down a little bit now, so we're going to limit our revs and hope we make it to the end.
It's a long way to go to nurse an issue. Are you confident you can make it?
Of course. Well, we've come all this way, so we'll do our best.
You've got to adjust your driving style for later on in the race as well, haven't you, when you jump in?
Yeah, definitely. I've got to try and remember we sort of limiting ourselves to about 6,000 revs. Hope the airflow will keep it cool enough that the engine survives.
Let's hope it does. Fingers crossed for everything for you, Andy. Good luck for the rest of the race.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Andy. Back to our commentators.
Thank you, Kieran. So the race continues. There's the 333 car, which is Thomas Stedman in the Mazda MX-5, the 36-year-old automotive engineer from Warwick in one of those Class C cars. And there you see the number 169 car, that's just ahead of it on track. and so they're battling for 33rd and 34th positions, and they've got quicker cars from Class A coming through to lap them. 15 minutes, another 15 minutes in the pit lane window will be open. One thing to note, by the way, about pit stops is they cannot be taken during a safety car period. So if you're in when the safety car comes out onto the track, then you can complete your stop. But you cannot make a mandatory stop either during the safety car period, and you cannot follow the safety car in at the end of the safety car period either. You have to do one more lap after that. There's the Browse car. That is running where at the moment? In 11th position.
The leader's in trouble.
Oh dear, that's a shame. That's the Alan Henderson car. Well, we've seen before that it's a very fast car, but can be fragile. But Alan Henderson leaping that, coasting that Mazda home to the pit lane. That's a great shame. It's only managed about the distance of a sprint race there, 15 minutes, unfortunately. And he's heading into the pit, so that means now that Simon Major takes the lead of the race by 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds from Scott Parkin, and Ian Jones in the BMW Compact moves up to 3rd, Ryan Parkin moves up to 4th, and Greg Saunders up into 5th position. There's our Class C leader though, that's the 195 car, Ash Moore at the wheel at the moment. It's good to see that out because it was involved in an incident yesterday in the road sports race with another car that we're expecting to see out today, Alex Wilkinson Hughes in the Scuderia Dave Mazda MX-5, made contact with that car, having the MX-5 having made contact with the back market during the road sports race. So good to see the 195 Civic out in the race today. But there's the number 1 car, that's Scott Parkin, twin of Ryan Parkin. Well, there's one off into the gravel trap there. It's one of the MX-5s. Just struggling to see what the number is on that one though. It's the 169 car as we get a different angle that we were looking at just a few moments ago, and that is the car of Matthew Simonite and James Mansell. And I think it was Matthew Simonite that had started that car, so that's into the gravel trap, so I wonder if that could precipitate a caution period, possibly.
It's quite a long way off, isn't it?
It is. There's Henderson in the pit lane, car being lifted up while some examination work is done. And they'll see if they can get that car back out into the race. Of course, this cannot count as the mandatory stop. I have to make a 3-minute mandatory stop in the pit window. Obviously, pit stops outside of that window can be made, but they don't have to be 3 minutes in duration. But a great shame, that, Marcus, that this remarkable car is looking like it's going to be, if not out of the race, then somewhat delayed.
Whether it's a diff issue or something like that.
So that's
what's happening.
So there you can see the battle for 9th and 10th place. That's Ben Williams and Paul Browse, number 82 and 22, both in Cupras.
Paul Browse had the Stowmarket glass car. It's really vivid. It's like the BMW, which you see them in their stable.
There is Ashmore once again in that 195 car, prepared by Motorsport. We prepare a lot of cars, a lot of particular Civics. We've seen several of their cars out in like Type R Trophy as well. And there you can see Ashmore just waving a faster car past. In that case, it's the number 34 car of Gregory Saunders, who's in 5th position at the moment in his Cupra. Just not wanting to be delayed by having to sort of dive out of the way of a faster car. So it's still major leading, but only by 0.4 of a second from Scott Parkin in 2nd place. That's Ryan Parkin, I think we've just seen go through our shot, who's in 4th position. And there is our Class B leader, that is Chris Webster in the Ginetta.
It's classic, that Golf livery with the broad arrow over the top. It looks just like the old Golf Porsche 908
safety car.
Florio.
Indeed. So safety car is out, which is not too much of a surprise with that Matthew Simonite Mazda that needed to be recovered from the gravel trap. It had gone a long way off. A great shame for Matthew Simonite and James Mansell.
Simonite family who were stars of off-road racing.
Yes.
All those years ago.
They were.
Melanie Simonite,
Yes.
Jack Simonite.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of sisters that both race, weren't they? Yeah. Whether Matthew is related or not, I'm not sure, but he's from Chesterfield, 36 years of age.
Derbyshire, Yorkshire borders.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
kind of that way.
Been racing since 2013 in MX-5s and C1s and Type R Trophy. And in this white and blue MX-5 Sport built by Matt himself. It's actually with the car that runs on fossil-free synthetic fuel, or did until it ended up in the gravel trap. Now, who's this in the pit lane? Oh, it's just having a look which car it is.
Simmons.
Yes, it's Effian Simmons, isn't it? In the number 9 car, the Honda Civic Type R. So that car has come in from towards the back of the field a few laps ago, actually, by the looks of it. Looking at the timing screen. So there's the safety car. It's not picked up the leader, so I imagine it will have to do a wave through of several cars until it picks up Simon Major, who...
Problem is, they could actually be running around here for a couple of laps, etc., and then find that one or two of them retreated to the pits when the window opens.
Only they can't make their pit stop behind the safety car. So yes,
so you don't know who's read the rules.
Exactly right. So there's about 6 cars, I think, that need to be waved through. One driver's got his hand out of the cockpit. I don't know if that's just for the cooling effect. That's William Pottergill, I think, in the number 83 Type R. Let's head back down to the pit lane once again, and let's see who Kieran's got to talk to this time.
You're very well. We're down here in the garage of the number 9. We just saw the Civic hurry away under the safety car. I'm here with Kiefer Del Piero. Kiefer, what was the issue that brought you in the pits?
So we believe cylinder 2 was misfiring. We're unsure of what it was. We've done a quick diagnostics with our great team here. We think we've solved it. We sent Ethan back out, phenomenal driver. I'm sure he'll do great. We're going to treat a bit more of a test now and hopefully get a good result at the end of it. We've still got a pit stop to go, it's 2 hours. If you watch Le Mans or any other endurance racing, anything can happen. That's why we love motorsport. So let's just see what happens.
Absolutely. I think you were telling me, is this your first Club Enduro race?
First Club Enduro race, yeah. So we're testing it out for Alton Park next month and Donington. Looking to get good results, but of course we've got to test and understand what's going on. So hopefully it'll be good here and big and bright things and a full season next year.
And hopefully under the safety car you can sort of understand if a problem's been fixed.
Maybe, it depends. Now we can't pit under safety car to do our regulatory pit stop. However, yeah, we would understand if there's a problem. We might not have lost too much time, maybe a couple of laps, but Ethan's a quick driver. I'm sure we'll do well.
I'm sure you will. Kiefer, thank you so much for the chat. Enjoy the rest of the race if you can.
Yeah, if I can. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kiefer. Thank you very much. And it's back to you in the commentary box.
Thanks, Kieran. So safety car train is just skimming past our commentary box, actually. There you can see Matthew Simonite's OnlyFans sponsored car being recovered by the JCB. So at the end of lap 17, it's number 18, Simon Major, that leads the race from number 1, Scott Parkin, in second. Third is number 117, Ian Jones. Fourth is number 6, Ryan Parkin. Fifth is number 34, Greg Saunders. Sixth is 25, Colin Gillespie. Seventh is the 721 car, which is that of Chris Murphy.
The Henderson Master is back out into the fray. That is good news, and it has lost 2 laps, I think, only 2 laps. 8th is the number 444, that's Claire Norman starting that car. 9th is number 82, Ben Williams, and 10th is number 22, Paul Browse. In the classes, Class B is headed by Chris Webster and Janetta from Will Pottergill, which is one of the first cars behind the safety car at the moment. Then in third in that class, it's Sandro Ballesteros in the Audi TT. In Class C, it's still Ash Moore that leads from Daniel Perry and John Peerless. So that's the way of things. We're looking at one of the Motion Motorsport cars there, and that is the 83 car that's in the pits that was leading, or was second, I should say, within Class B, and that's being jacked up now. And again, this cannot be a mandatory stop because A, we've not got to the 30-minute mark in the race yet, and B, the safety car is out there. So looks like they're working on something on the front right of that car. Now that's a shame, because that's the car leading the Class B Championship coming into this weekend, having won 2 out of the 3 races. Had a non-finish at Croft in the opening round of the season when Jonathan Packer won Class B. Class A so far this season, Scott Parkin won at Grant Hatch and won at Snetterton, but at the opening round of the season,
it was James Collins and Joel Oswick that won at Croft. So 2 of the classes have had a 2-time winner, and Class C has had a 3-time winner in Ashmore and Samuel Dennis, and they are leading Class C here again today. Chris Kill's been very busy, and he's got another drive to sort of a little bit late.
Down here now at the garage, number 83 Civic. I'm here with Chris Nyland. Chris, can you tell us what the problem was?
Well, Will's just reported a puncture for what he thought was the car. Obviously it's coming, I don't think it is that. It's more mechanical sound maybe knocking or something. So obviously the guys who's having a look over the car now, they haven't really reported what it is, to be honest, at the moment.
It's still investigation, aren't they? Is it a case of send it out and see what happens now?
I believe so, yeah. I'll see what they do in a moment. Even if they're not happy with it, they're not going to send it out. It's not with motion anyway, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I suppose as well, under the safety car, you've got, in theory, a little bit more time without losing too many laps.
Yeah, but because it's not scheduled stuff, it's kind of the end of the game, really. I mean, he was doing so well as well. We've gone up from, I think, third, second lap times looking good. Cars are really stable. I'm going to say he's calling it a day with him getting out, so it's about a day, I think.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's a shame to see, Chris, but well, hopefully you can enjoy the rest of the afternoon as much as you can. So thank you for chatting, Chris, and back to you in the commentary box.
Yes, thank you very much, Shane. Then it looks like the end of the road for the number 83, Gill and Nyland on the Civic. It was going well, second place within Class B. So a few cars seemingly out of contention already in this race.
Yeah, quite a few of the cars favourites.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll see what's going, how he's going to come out. I think it's still a good day for overall championship leaders in the Club Enduro Championship as they move into safety car lights are off, so it looks like they're going to get going this time around.
So 33 score to go. In sports league again. This leader then, Simon Major. Darkside developments LTC parking right on his job, and is not going to let go.
Now there's a bit of a gap there. You can see Ian Jones and the BMW compact just ducking out from behind one of the other cars, and Ryan Parkin trying to do lightweights. They were behind some slower cars, weren't they? So they were a little bit delayed, couldn't really capitalise on the restart to the extent that they would have liked. But we're back green flag racing again. 28 minutes of the race now gone, and 2.5 minutes before the pit lane window opens for the mandatory stops as well. So it's a change of lead. Yes, a change of lead down there. So it's Scott Parkin that's got ahead of Simon Major. So a very good restart for the Darkside Focus car like this.
Yeah, indeed. I anticipated that very well, but it was both going to come back and showing a sweep to the outside down to the slow corner. It's very close enough, surely, to go from there on the outside, but we saw Rob Bowen making a closing move to the 1,000 it is Scott Parkin hangs on through Vale.
Just on the screen there, we can see the Class B leader, Chris Webster, got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. So that is going to be to their detriment, which tries to see if there's anyone else within 5 seconds of them in their class, though. Probably there will be for the moment after that safety car, but maybe not for much longer. But sorry, you were saying that.
Yeah, so looking at some Major coming back. Scott Parkin will be fiercely opposite those cars.
Yeah, exactly. The very warm in there. I mean, it's a pleasant day. Actually, if you're outside, I think it's quite a nice day. But in the if you're in a car or a commentary box like that, it can get a bit on the warm side. There you can see the Alan Henderson car that's back in the race. That just went through shot. So we'll see what that can do. If it can set some decent lap times. It was lost a couple of laps. Yeah. Only 2 laps adrift, and certainly will be able to make some forward progress, will we think. There's the the 18 car major then. D is about 4 or 5 car lengths behind Scott Parkin.
We must think at this stage of the race is a track. Scott Parkin reminded that no one from behind Tim Jones in the BMW made significant inroads into their advantage. It's not a huge advantage, but you can see visually in the shots that Tim Jones is there and thereabouts. The Henderson Mazda is going strongly again, but of course that's playing catch up for the length of pit stop.
Worth mentioning as well that Scott Parkin does have a 30-second penalty, success penalty to serve at the pit stop as well, which is going to be quite tough to make up, one would think. And Simon Major has a lesser penalty of 10 seconds, and there's basically a 20-second differential between them at the pit stops to be served. So providing Major can keep Scott Parkin in his sights, he should come out of the pit stops in front. Down to how well they race, and it's going to be Justin Middleton that's going to take over from Simon Major for the second part of the race. Pit lane window is now open, by the way. A few people have stopped already, but for non-mandatory stops, so we'll keep an eye on our timing screens as well.
2 to 3 lines of traffic making its way down the main straight towards so that's the Ivan Mares BMW.
Yeah, it's not either aboard it though, I don't think, today.
But we've seen do anything up to 5 or 6 races in a weekend.
Yeah.
That's actually full.
Yeah, I think either looking at the entrance is deleted. It's just Cameron Reed, therefore, that's at the wheel of that car. So there is the Class B leader with its 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Yes, Cameron Reed, in his first season of racing in that number 316 car, in track days before, has done some coaching with Supercar Experience Company, attended a lot of his older brothers racing events in the C1 and the VW Classics, but has only had this car for a few months. But let's head down to the pit lane once again and hear from Kieran.
So down here now at the garage, the 169 Mazda MX-5 with James Mansell. James, there's a lot of gravel coming on the car. What happened?
So I hit one of the curves through the complex a couple of laps ago. It knocked the toe arm loose on the back. So I had a couple of laps where the alignment was basically moving every corner. So it was a bit of a struggle to get round. And I just coming into the corner, coming off the back straight. I don't know what corner it is. Going off the back straight, it just got really loose, and you know, with the alignment just really trying to catch it, I just couldn't catch it. So when it's a gravel, I don't know anything else to do. yeah, when it's a gravel, got the gravel, got leaks, back out.
It's a shame, but your team are working very hard to get rid of gravel. Is this something that you can make out there?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, getting gravel out, we've got the bumper back on already because I'm bringing it off. So we're just trying and do a super quick alignment. I don't think we've got time to get things out and stuff, so we're just going to try and get this alignment, make sure it's tight again. It'll be compromised, obviously. It's not pointing straight properly, but it'll get it back out, I think.
Great stuff. And James, I'm sure this won't make you confidence one bit, will it?
No, it's fine. It's all good.
James, thank you so much for the chat. Good luck for the rest of the race. Hope to see you back out there. Thank you. James, it's back to you in the commentary box.
So on screen there, 1 minute stop and go penalty for car 62, which is the Lee Dudley Sadler and Andy Gay cars. That would be for some kind of infringement, either when that car was in the pits or possibly behind the safety car, you might think, something like that.
They came into the pits at the wrong end, which might be
Yeah, possibly.
yeah, well, first corner.
Yeah, maybe like that, I guess. So we've got around 25 minutes left to go. Still Scott Parkin leading by 8 tenths from Simon Major. There's the Paul Browse car that's in 10th position though. And it is a lap apart from the car that was with it on track there, which was Ashmore in that 195 Class C leading Honda Civic. To the straight once again. There is that Browse car. It really does stand out, doesn't it? Actually, well, actually, it's a lot of these Stowmarket glass liveried car. Down through Stowe towards the Vale. Oh, and Henderson has just done a fastest lap of the race in that MX-5, so it's working okay. A 1:11.549, so he reduces his own lap record. It's still in 30th position, still 2 laps off the lead, but the MX-5 seems to be firing on all cylinders.
Hopefully they'll make up a bunch of posts to run strongly to the end. The question isn't it? But nonetheless, breaking out along the slackers now. There's the Stowmarket class Cupra of Paul Brown and St. Luke from Suffolk.
Yeah, quite a few of these TCR cars on the grid. There's lots of TCR cars at Silverstone this week. There's some on the other end of the circuits as well on the national track today. A great number of them in this particular World Club Enduro Championship. They've proved quite a popular option for Class A TCR-based cars. Saw something like that in Motorsport yesterday as well. There in the pits is Scott Parkin, and from the lead of the race. So this will be for a mandatory stop. It'll be 3 minutes and 30 seconds in his case. He is a solo driver, so he's not going to have to sort of change drivers or anything like that. And with that extra 30 seconds, they've got just plenty of time to do everything that they need to. He'll get back into the car now. He's 34 years of age from Barnsley, owner of Darkside Developments, and enjoys racing with his twin brother Ryan. Been racing for 5 years, started out in the Track Day Championship with a Seat B for TDI, and progressed through Golfs towards this Audi TT TDI to 2017 big car, 2-litre diesel with 340 brake horsepower, and it was built originally by Slide Sports, but the car stripped back to a bare shell and rebuilt by Darkside Developments with this 2-litre TDI engine sequential gearbox that it has. Yeah.
Fantastic. It's a decent engine too.
Yeah.
Good fuel as well.
All important in endurance racing. Yeah. So there's the Mazda MX-5 that was leading in the early stages and is still very much the quickest car out on the circuit with a 1:11.549. I think it's only Major that's the other driver into the 1:11. It's just a 1:11.997 he says a while ago. He's still, well, he's now leading as the Thomas Second car gets a little bit out of shape through the link onto the Handler Straight. Yeah, there it is, the Alan Henderson MX-5 shared with Daniel Irving. Will be out for the second part of the race after the mandatory pit stops. Besides Scott Parkin, no one else seems to have taken the option of a pit stop just yet. Plenty of time to take it until the 50 minutes from the end of the race mark. There's an hour and a quarter in which to make the stop. And many drivers and teams, I imagine, will go reasonably close to the 1 hour, especially if they're trying to split the drive between two drivers. Might be contributing equally financially to the race weekend. So that's the leading car going through. There is the Jones car, and that's interesting because the Jones BMW Compact is now very close, as you can see. There it is. It's just going past that orange Audi TT. There's 0.8 of a second between them at the starter for that, and not much more than that now. The Browse car is into the pit lane. I think to hand over to Luke. We'll do that momentarily. You can see Scott Parkin still in the pit lane as well. But just about to come through Club Corner, I think, is going to be our race leader. Not quite there yet. But anyway, we'll pick up on that in a moment. So we're watching the 55 car go through, which is the car that Simerson starts, the BMW M4 GT4. Car that's come out for the first time this season into Giwa Club Enduro. Good to have Paul Simerson there, the 47-year-old from Leicester. Started racing in Foreign Challenge in 2018, with about 5 or 6 years of that, including the support race at Le Mans in 2023. But he had a nasty injury after a crash at Spa in the final race of last year, so good to get him back out. Right, further props for the 62 car, which has got 45.1 second time, which makes them a stop-go penalty one. Right, here are yes, that's Ryan Parker just going through in third, isn't it? That's the 197 car, which is I think a lapped car, is it not? Of Daniel Jude, yes it is. Just looking to see where the leaders are, because they should be quite close together. And yeah, they're there at the back of the shot. Yeah, we're not quite going to follow them out, unfortunately. Which is Simon Major and Ian Jones, who, as they go on to wrap separated by less than 1 second.
Yeah, very close together. And 4 abreast coming up here towards
including Scott Parkin, who's now back out into the race then in that number 1 car. So he gets clears a bit of traffic as quickly as he possibly can. So where has he come back in? He's come back in behind up the MX-5, so it's more than 2 laps that you lose, close to 3 laps that you'll lose. You've got 3 minute 30 seconds left within the mandatory stops, and he's now showing on time squeezing 30th position, one of the few drivers to have made stops.
Yes, so that's that pit stop and stack on that shut up the order. So again, the Mazda comes out onto the main straight with the road. A slight camber there.
He did a slow lap the last time through, though, for the Mazda, 129, which makes me a little bit worried about it, because I've been doing 111s, so yeah, a long delay. So with the Scott Parkin going through there, we think there might be a car stopped at Chapley at the exit of the link. We can't, it's not within the range of our cameras, but we do think there's a car missing. It's possibly the number 183 car. That's got a little warning triangle up to our timing screen, which is the Edward Cook car. So the 183 car, that's the Scirocco that, it's the green Scirocco, wasn't it, that was going well in the early stage there. So that might be stopped just out of the range of our cameras.
It's interesting because I don't see too much flags there suggesting there's a caution.
It could be so far to see at that part of the circuit as well, with the BMW having had a spin. And keen if we can to try and pick up the leader, because there's only 0.8 of a second between Simon Major and Ian Jones in the BMW Compact. Just trying to work out where they are on circuit at the moment. And they're just coming through Abbey now. They're heading down towards Village, so we'll see if we can pick them up. Here they are, then the 2 leaders. They're just in behind the number 55 Simerson car. Major up the inside of it, and Ian Jones follows, sometime compact cup racer. But yeah, these are the 2 leaders, and that BMW has gone really well to get within half a second now of the race leader, Marcus.
Yeah, and he's concentrating now very much on reading the circuit ahead, looking up past the race leader to the traffic they are approaching as they come to Stowe. There's quite a heavy group of them, and right under the wing of the Cupra there was Ian Jones, and that's very muscular looking BMW compact. Down into Vale. You don't want to catch really slow cars or cars that are sort of jostling for position there. You'd rather wait till the next of the straights if you can to pick your way safely through. They're going past the Mayor's team BMW as a first move.
I'll be intrigued to see the relative pace of the two second drivers. I think probably, certainly Simon Major is probably the quickest of the two drivers in that team, and Ian Jones certainly is in the BMW number 117, but the relative pace of the two drivers in the second part of the race could be very important. Here are the two leads, and they're right in traffic as well. That's the 777 Golf, I think, that they, of Rob Andrade and Andrew Fletcher, that they're about to pass. They do pass, and Ian Jones dives out of the slipstream here, tries to get alongside Simon Major down into Stowe corner and disappears out of shot. He's gone so wide into the corner, but couldn't get through that. Another BMW ahead of them that they need to try and lap as well.
It's a fascinating dynamic, this dice, isn't it? Because look at the physical size of the Cupra, as I'm going to say it, Cupra there, and the BMW looks, dare I say it, compact in comparison.
Yes.
And tracking the leader relentlessly there is Ian Jones.
0.2 of a second the gap at the end of that lap, both in the mid 114s as they work their way through traffic that time. They're coming up to lap the Edward Christie BMW now. Quite a few BMWs on this race of various
Parkin Brichter Audi TT is now in the pits, the number 6 car.
Yes, that'll be Ryan to hand over to Dylan Brichter for the second, well, not half of the race, because there's still about, what have we got, 62% of it to go, according to the timing bar on the timing screen. So more than half of the race to go for Dylan Brichter. Oh, and a spin for Scott Parkin in the background there. Scott Parkin has spun at the exit of the link, and he is able to get the car turned around. That's very strange. On his own as well. Car's still a bit wide there. That seems to go down the circuit. Well, that's also where we thought there was a much bigger car stop a bit further around the corner. second. So magnificent top of second. you very much indeed, Kim. Lots of drop down the corner. Brown's car is in trouble. Number 22. Nick Brown, the left-hand indicator is going to pull off a bit. He didn't pull off. Just keep the open down there at Stoke Green. But it looks like he's going to limp back home to the pit lane. So, great shame. Something that needed recessing. So, yeah, I think they go on. It's an intermittent issue. So far, this car is continuing with the motor. We see another problem with Flexit taking place. There's the man for number 90 that is continuing. Actually got to 8th position overall as they make their way. There's the 77 car into pits that Perry, Jez Banks that are sharing that car. Then Jez Banks getting into the car for the second half of the race. It's a few going on with the fuel system. So they have 8 seconds from Ryan Parker, sorry, Dylan Brickter now is, instead it says Middleton from Brickter, I should say. Then it's Greg Saunders in 3rd. Then it is Martin Gadsby in 4th. Scott Parkin will be 5th. So that will be the order of things.
Brickter now only 2.6 seconds behind.
Yeah, behind Middleton as it now is. Because there's the last car making it stop with. That's Joe Williams in the number 88 Golf. The Williams race team. I'm sure I've heard that name before in the context of a racing team. But 2 jugs of fuel going in by the looks of it for this remaining 42 minutes of the race. But yeah, very close now between Major between Middleton and Brickter. In fact, those were the 2 cars that we just saw going through. Shot there.
They're not physically together, but they are adjacent on track. A few lengths between them, so Dylan Brickter closing in.
We might pick this up at Stowe in a moment if we can, because that's where we'll be heading now. Those 2 leaders, to see if that gap is coming down. Then we've gone through, so we'll pick them up instead as they come down to Club Corner. There is Major, or Middleton I should say, and there is Brickter right behind him. Major in the white Seat, Brickter in the black Audi, black and red Audi, Darkside Developments car number 6. So this is the battle for the lead, and that's gone down by another second. Well, that's to 1.6 seconds, Marcus.
Yeah, so the chase is on. As Major was saying, a podium would be great after this, but team as such.
Yeah, inexperienced team. Middleton, as someone saying, also an ex-rally man. Simon himself. TT there leaping out of the way with James Pickford aboard. So here they come then, and they're almost together now, aren't they, those 2 leaders, Middleton and Brickter, as they head down the straight towards Stowe. And then there's another sort of 17 or 18 seconds back to Greg Saunders in 3rd place. Here they are then, the leaders, with other relatively quick cars ahead of them as well, including the 82 car of Ben Williams, another of the TCRs, but he's basically a lap down now, I think, in 6th position, or nearly a lap down in 6th position in this race. Looking at the timing screen, we've just got the top 5 on the lead lap. That time the gap came down another half a second to 1.1 seconds, and it's a busy piece of circuit, this.
Hugely busy. Every time you get under the corner to another slow section of the circuit, pick up another gaggle of traffic. Middleton has just pick his way through. Just taking care to keep the car on the island.
And if he's an inexperienced driver, he'll be struggling to find his way through traffic, and it looks like Brickter's going to take advantage of that. He is more experienced.
Outside, didn't he?
He has. He's done quite a few Burkitt relay races as well. I seem to remember Dylan Brickter. And he has gone through to take the lead of the race then. So Dylan Brickter and Ryan Parkin sharing that car. It's now Brickter in the lead of the race. Major and Middleton down into 2nd.
That's done in the hangar straight on lap 60 of this 2-hour race. 39 minutes to go.
That's right. So down towards the Vale they come. Still to get past that Ben Williams car, which is lapping in sort of similar kind of lap times to the race leading car at the moment. Making it a bit of a challenge to get past. And also the BMW just ahead of that as well, which is the Chris Murphy car, which did lead briefly, so that's the car in 6th place. But 6th and 7th, those 2 on is off the road now, Chris Murphy in his BMW 3 Series. And that might be more than just not, it could be a problem with the car. Yeah, he's just stopped the car now. As we see them, Dylan Brickter going through. He's now cleared that Ben Williams Cooper as well. There is the Chris Murphy car that's pulled off. The plain white WM3 36 pulled off there at Farm. Probably just below our commentary box somewhere, not too far away from here. Through, it might just be round the corner from where we are. So Brickter it is now that leads, and in second place Middleton. Just looking at who's won the races outright so far during the course of this year. We've had 3 meetings, as we've said. Well, it was James Collins and Joel Osbrick that won at Croft. And it was Scott Parkin that's won the following 2 races at Brands Hatch and at Snetterton. This combination of Ryan Parkin and Dylan Brixton, they were second, their best result of the season at Snetterton. Major and Middleton, they had 3rd place at Snet. It was at Brandside that Parkin and Middleton had their 2nd place. Looking possibly on for a win here. Just try to see what Scott Parkin is doing. He's in 4th place. He's 24 seconds behind the leader. There are 37 minutes of the race to go, which is going to equate to probably 30 laps or so.
Top 4 cars in 11 and 14, so
yeah,
there's nothing much of a differential between our times, but they're all negotiating traffic pretty much every corner.
Yeah, so it's hard to see that Scott Parkin is going to make up too much ground. I mean, interestingly, he's 23 seconds behind, and of course he had the 30-second pit stop penalty to serve, and if it wasn't for that, he'd have been leading this race. So goes to show that the pit stop penalty system does a good job of mixing up the likely race winners. There is Scott Parkin now, and we're watching him go through Stoke 1, car number 1.
His target is Saunders, but at the moment this is what, 5.7 seconds up the road.
Yeah, and the gap not coming down at a particularly quick rate. Saunders on the last lap of 14.4, Parkin at 14.1, so it's going to take 7 laps to make up that kind of ground at this stage of the race, with that rate of progress being made. There's the 117 car, which is Gadsby, so he's winning 5th now. He is about 4 seconds behind Scott Parkin, isn't he? And it's basically just those 5 that are on the leading lap here at this stage of the race. It is. Just to look at the situation of the classes now, that the pit stops have settled themselves down. Class B is being led by Matthew Tidmarsh, who's taken over from Chris Welch. That's in the Gulf livery Ginetta, number 8. Second within that class is now Louis Woodward in the BMW 235i, which is sharing with Tony Partridge, that was out in Motorsport yesterday as well. And third within that class, Andrew Fletcher and Robert Andrade. Andrew Fletcher having taken over the Treble 7 car, the VW Golf that they're racing. So that's the top 3 in Class B. And in Class C, it's looking good for another win here for Ashmore and Sam Dennis. Sam Dennis now at the wheel of that car. Second within Class C, Johnny Hayes, who's now at the wheel of the BMW, having taken over from Paul Sibiani. And third within Class C is Matthew Steddick, who's taken over from John Pearce in Honda. So really, Classes A or Class C is going to form here. And Classes A and B, it's not quite as expected. So Parkin and Brichter coming into this weekend were well down within the class, because they'd only really had 1 finish so far this season at Brands Hatch. So they'll be happy just to get to the end of the race for the thing, especially getting a win. That would be the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? So they're well down.
Scott Parkin is taking 2nd or so back. He's 4 down now. Saunders back for 3rd place, 34 Saunders. Scott Parkin. There is Parkin on our screens.
Yeah, and even if Scott finishes 4th in this race, which he might well do, he might get 3rd here. But even if he finishes 4th, the 3 drivers ahead of him on the road are not, in contention with him in the championship. So he'll continue to extend his lead within Class A. And Class B, as we've said, that at the moment is the Tidmarsh and Webster car. They are 3rd within the class, with Tristan Ireland, Will Pottergill retiring. I think it's a possibility that Tidmarsh and Webster will take the lead in the Class B Championship in the Flying Tangerine Racing Ginetta G40.
6 of the top 7 laps on 13 last time round, with exception Saunders in the 14th. That may be impeded.
Safety car is coming out by the looks of it. We've got the yellow flags And the safety car board's been shown beneath us. It's not triggered on the timing screen yet, but we can certainly see about an hour and a half all around the circuit. Yeah, it's now appeared on the screen as well. So safety car is out. It is. I think everyone had made their mandatory stops, but even if you hadn't, you couldn't make it now behind the safety car. It does close the pack up now. There'll be traffic and slower cars between the quicker cars, but it does open things up a little bit for the likes of Scott Parkin, doesn't it?
It does. So there's a possibility now, with a little bit of aid to the pack back together. In fact, we've got those 4 cars. We've got 5 cars in the track now that Jones speed. There, 65th lap.
Trying to work out what this is for. I mean, I don't think there's anybody else that has gone missing since Chris Murphy's BMW, but that was a few minutes ago now. Yeah, and that's again just outside our commentary box, the other side of the track from where we are at Abbey. But I can't see anyone else that's got a little exclamation mark, a little warning train by their name. There's a car on the second screen, but that's one that disappeared a long while ago. Okay, so we'll go and have a look, see if we can spot what's going on out the window. While we're doing that, we're going to go down to Kieran McGinley in the pit lane.
So I'm down here now at the garage of our Class C, this is number 195. I'm here with Ash Moore. Ash, it's going well for you so far, but you've had a bit of an eventful weekend, it's fair to say.
Yeah, definitely. Sam had a race in Motorsport yesterday. Unfortunately, a car span in front of him made contact with. But the boys at Motorsport rebuilt the car overnight, stayed here, even missed their barbecue, so we're massively thankful for them. Yeah, got the car rebuilt, went out this morning, and yeah, we're doing okay at the moment. Just keep it going. Safety car out at the moment, so we'll have to see how that plays out for us. But yeah, hopefully we should be good.
Yeah, Sam's out there right now then. I suppose it's going to be a march to another victory, you're hoping.
Yeah, we can hope so. Obviously the car is definitely just needs a bit of mechanical sympathy to get it to the line, which we're just trying to do as much as possible. So fingers crossed it lasts our next half hour-ish or however long's left. But I'm sure it will. Yeah.
And how was your stint anyway? Well, I did get to see you in the pit window.
Yeah, the stint was good. Yeah, really hot, managed to come out enough of the gap, which negated our 30-second success penalty for the last race. Yeah, so hand the car over to Sam, a bit hot. Luckily we managed to change the fronts, which was good. Really had no front end of the car. But yeah, so hopefully he's got the car and he'll keep going.
So Ash, wish you all the best for the race. Good luck.
Cheers guys, nice one.
Thank you very much, Ash. It's back to you in the commentary box.
Thank you very much to Kieran McGinley. Safety car then is heading the cars around. That's why we've got it. It's the recovery vehicle on the scene at Farm to pick up the BMW of Chris Murphy, which was briefly leading the race amid the pit stops. But was going well. It was on the lead lap, certainly after the pit stops as well, but all of a sudden it just ground to a halt, more or less coming over the start and finish line. So that's needing a lift to recover it, which is why we have had this interruption with 29 minutes of the race now left to go. This does close things up a little bit. I reckon all it would do if the safety car had picked up the lead. Now really it's going to need to wave quite a lot of cars through, because only the last 2 cars in this queue, as we're seeing news, that's interesting, of a refuelling infringement, and therefore a 2-lap penalty for the car that's third in Class C, John Peerless and Matthew Singh. They're getting a 2-lap deduction for a refuelling infringement. But yes, right at the back of this queue of cars behind the safety car, that's where you find the leader, number 6, Dylan Brichter. So they're going to need to wave a lot of cars through and then let them catch up. Otherwise, it's very much a free pass, this, for Dylan Brichter to take the victory here, because he's basically got thick end of a lap as well. Safety car, yeah, it is waving cars through now, so that is good to see, and it's realised that it needs to wave quite a lot of them through, or the driver has, and no doubt getting word from race control. Now they're stopping Scott Parkin. Now whether that's just because they're coming up towards the pit entrance, they don't want anyone overtaking there, but it's not Scott Parkin that they need to pick up, it's the number 6 car, Dylan Brichter, that they need to pick up, who's right at the back but one car in this group. So there's more cars that will need to be waved through yet before they find the race leader. They've got the wrong LVTT from Darkside developments at the moment. So those cars that have been waved through will head off at a slightly increased pace to try and catch back up with the rear of the queue. The flatbed truck has got the BMW Chris Murphy now on the back of it, and that is being taken away. Find the gap in the arm code to take that through. There's the view from the link. There you can see the new Escapade buildings in the background there on the outside of Beckett's corner. New facilities of accommodation that have been built at that part of the circuit. So is the safety car going to wave through the rest of these cars? 25 car of Alaki Engar, that's really in 9th place. That's a lap down on the race leader. What are the rest of the cars being waved through is the question we ask ourselves. Let's head downwards again to pit lane. Kieran McGinley's got another interview.
I'm down at the garages now of the number 8, our Class B leaders. I'm here with Chris Webster. Chris, it's going well for you so far in the Flying Tangerines. We're under the safety car, but what's the rest of the race plan?
Keep running. So we've had a number of issues this season with an ECU fault, which we've pretty much ironed out to know exactly what it is, but we haven't got a replacement part yet. So the old girl has a habit of cutting out, and then we have to control or delete while driving. So that's been the story of the season so far. It happened yesterday in the race in Motorsport, and it happened yesterday in quali. So far in the race today, we're going well.
It's all right, I didn't say it, so it's okay. So how was your stint out there anyway?
I loved it. Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, quite busy. Well, it wasn't busy in terms of my class. I was sort of scrapping away with some of the slightly slower A-class cars. More powerful on the straights, a bit slower through the corners. So we have quite a duel out there. It can be quite fun, but all the while you've got your eye in the mirror to see if anyone's catching up with you while you're doing it. So yeah, it's quite busy in that respect, but quite quiet in terms of Class B today.
Absolutely. And do you reckon your teammate there in Matthew Tidmarsh can get it to the line?
Well, I do, yeah. I mean, Matt is a little bit stronger than me on this circuit, so I've every faith in him putting in lap after lap, and so long as the little Janetta plays her part, then it's going to be a good day, hopefully.
Hopefully so. Chris, good luck for the rest of the race.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Thank you, Chris. And it's back to you in the commentary box.
Yeah, with 24 and a half minutes of the race left to go. They have now waved through the number 1 car of Scott Parker and the other cars that are behind it. So hopefully the safety car has now picked up Ryan Parker. And I think it has. I can see it out of the window. We can see it now on the screen as well. So safety car is leading them over on. This is possibly going to be the last safety car lap if the queue is reformed at the end of it, because I think the BMW of Chris Murphy has now been taken away. And that will mean that we should, if the queue reforms, can get underway at the end of this lap. Now Scott Parkin had managed to get to the back of the queue. The others are still catching up, but Scott Parkin would have been particularly keen to get there because amidst that safety car, he's effectively gained 10 seconds because he was about 23 seconds behind the leader. He's now just under 13 seconds behind the leader as we go into what's going to be about the last 21 minutes of the race. So they're going to get something like 17 laps or something like that out of the final, I think the final stanza of this race, Marcus.
Yeah, I went to the end of the grandstand and I'm looking to see what I can find. It was like to see that they'd lifted Chris Murphy's speed building onto the flatbed and taken it away. Don't know that it was desperately vulnerable, but the potential for anything.
Yeah, and it clearly needed to be lifted. It wasn't something that could just be pushed away or towed away or whatever. So because it needed that outside of distance, I guess that's why they sort of belatedly called the safety car. The safety car's gone in now, I think, And so we're about to get underway, so it's going to be Dylan Brichter leading. The car in second is Simon who is about 6th in the queue, I think. But the one that we'll probably watch, I think, is probably Scott Parkin, who is a bit further back in the
6
queue.
paces behind Sia.
Yeah, so he's been about sort of 12th or 13th in the queue overall, and he was sort of 12 or 13 seconds behind the leader. As the green flag waves, the race gets back underway. Of course, Scott Parkin was unable to overtake until he got the time line. He's already passed a couple of slower cars, I can see, and he was 7.6 seconds behind the leader at the start of this lap. So I think we could have a race on here, Marcus.
Looks like it, yeah. Looks tasty finish to this race. Saunders is miles behind Middleton. Parking car drift as well. And what it's done, of course, it's concentrated the traffic into sort of one part of the circuit rather than spread it all around.
Interestingly, Dylan Brichter has lost track position to another car there, hasn't he? Which is the 444 car, that's Alan Blenko. So he is a lap down. He's in 6th place, but now is the leader on the road, if you like. But a lap down, and he will be quick. Experienced driver, has raced in British Touring Car Championship, of course. Yeah, so he's going to be rapid. There's a couple of XBTC drivers on the grid, because James Pickford did a season or two in touring cars as well, I think. And there he is, just going through now in the number 19 car, speak of the devil. He's up to 19th position, that orange Audi TT that's in Class B, shared with Wayne Lawson. So at the end of that lap, in terms of time, Scott Parkin had lost a little bit, down to 9.5 seconds, but that's probably the impact of Ryan being able to get away quite nicely at the restart, and Scott having to pick his way through traffic. And that's
spin there, the BMW, a half spin, broadside across the track, but well caught and well ameliorated. He's back on his way.
Yeah, I think that was the Hayes and Subiani car that had that half spin. So there's Scott Parkin, number 1, the Darkside Developments Audi TT, 2-litre TDI engine. Good battles here. That's Middleton. He's being sort of unlapped there by the number 92 car, which in the second part of this race is Phil Knibb in that car. And 25 is Alok Iyengar.
He's still managed to hold him off as Middleton, but taken after all.
So that's also sort of the battle for that 8th and 9th position overall as well. That's the 82 car of Ben Williams now coming through. He's just ahead of him. This is sort of a battle for 7th, 8th, 9th position, something like that as well. Very interesting race situation that's developed here. Scott Parkin is at the rear of that group. There's the leader, his brother's car now driven by Dylan Brichter, and here comes Scott Parkin. He's going to try and make up some more ground down the straight, if he can get past Alok Iyengar's number 25 Cupra.
TCR type car. Still at the back of that group. Scott Parkin. It's the front of the group. There's Middleton there.
Less than 19 minutes of the race to go as well. Pit window replaced for what it's worth in a few minutes' time, but everyone's already made their pit stop, so that's somewhat academic.
34, it's Saunders in 3rd place.
Yeah, and that's the sort of battle for position that we're going to have to watch, isn't it? Because that's where we're going to see Saunders against Scott Parkin.
Yeah, Parkin's only 1.5 seconds adrift. Saunders is 1.4 behind Middleton, so 444. The penalty. That's Blenko.
Yeah, it is. And I wonder what that's for. I wonder if it was an infringement in terms of the safety car or something like that, or if it was something in the pit lane.
Overtaking maybe before the timing line or something.
Could be.
Simple as that.
I had any sort of notifications to explain exactly what that is for. So there is Dylan Brichter, and then there is
coming up front, Saunders now with Middleton.
yeah. So this is for second place, and they're not too far behind. Scott Parkin and Middleton here is under pressure now from Saunders, who was almost alongside. So you've got the two sets, you've got a third Seat as well.
Parkin using the diesel torque, and here he comes up the.
He's got
right with them. They're all together. This is the battle for second place.
Yeah, he's got past that number 92 car, which is a lap down. So 3 cars together for second. Dylan Brichter is 9 seconds or so up the road in the lead of this race. These 3 cars right together now, turning their way through the village hairpin. Again, trying using the torque on the exit of the hairpin. He's got Parkin, but actually lost a little bit of ground there. Yeah. Now through, very wide for Scott Parkin there through the link and onto the hanger straight once again. So it's Justin Middleton in second. That white coupe, the black coupe with the orange stripes is Greg Saunders, and then it is the black and red Audi TT of Scott Parkin. He is fourth. These are the 3 battling for second, third and fourth positions. It's just in the distance of the road on the stream you can see Dylan Brichter turning into the Vale 9 or 10 seconds ahead of them. Great battle going on here for second place overall, with still 16 minutes of the race left to go. They do seem pretty evenly matched, these 3. Over the line they go. And that time 1:14, 1:14. All 3 of them in the 1:14s. Brichter in the lead was in the 1:13s. They were 1:13.493. So he has now got the lead up over 10 seconds. Which is important.
Only just over a second. Second to fourth. Now here they are.
Yeah, out of the link they come onto.
Here comes Parkin, just trying to snap on the inside there, coming down towards Stoke Corner. Close enough. In fact, he may even have moved the car out of the airstrip, trying to get it out of the slipstream, get a bit more air through the radiator.
Possibly. And to the Vale they go again. More slower cars ahead of them to try to deal with as well. This with the cars are not that much slower, which really makes it quite a challenge to deal with them. They go past the car previously driven by Ivor Mayers, the 316 car with Cameron Reid now aboard, from Ashford. Pit window closed, confirmation, although that's now academic because they've had made their stops with plenty of time to spare. There's Scott Parkin, number 1. Reminder, he's within 11 seconds of the lead of the race. He had a 30-second longer pit stop than the race leader because of success in previous rounds. Scott Parkin won the previous 2 rounds of the championship at Brands Hatch and Snetterton, admittedly quite a while ago. Snetterton was middle of June, around about 8 weeks ago now. And this is a lapped car that's getting involved. No, that's the 82 car of the car that was stopped by Ben Williams and now has another driver on board who I'm trying to check. Yeah, Bruno Costa on board that car now.
Car on 7th.
Yeah, it's a lap down, but running in similar lap times to the leader. And Phil Nick, who's in 8th place in the number 92 car, has just done his best lap of the race in 1:13.543. So that's the car that you can also see in shot there, just ahead of Iengo, which is the black and yellow, Dago yellow car. You can see that Colin Gillespie started. So really, there's a good battle here for second, third, and fourth together. And you've got a good battle really for 7th, 8th, and 9th, effectively. So a decent battles, a lap apart, but in quite close proximity on the circuit. Yeah, I don't think it has.
Outside.
Yeah, Saunders there is the car that's challenging him, the black car number 34. I think that might be Blanco heading into the pit lane now. Yeah, you can just see that on the live stream. So I think
At the inside, and a change there for second place. And Saunders has got through and Vale.
Can Parkin follow? Scott Parkin in the #1 Darkside Developments Audi TT. Everything they'll try and come back, I think, first at Greg Saunders as they're heading to Abbey again with 12.5 minutes of the race left to go. Into a sprint race distance. It's like a sprint race conclusion.
Up the inside, and that's Parkin through. He's displaced Mr. Middleton.
But it's a good touch wood to say this, that obviously both Brückter's Audi TT and Parkin's are circulating, because it proved a little bit fragile on occasion, these Audi TTs, as the cars make their way down to Stoke Corner once again. So now can Scott Parkin catch and pass the number 34 car, which is Greg Saunders, and get up to second place. I don't think he's going to catch Dylan Brückter, who's in the lead by well over 10 seconds now, even if he does, but be a good result if we can salvage second from this, having had to serve that extra time penalty at the pit stop. Just to get the class situation, it is in Class B, Webster and Tidmarsh that are leading in that class. How big is their gap? It is 16 seconds over Partridge and Woodward, and they need to be at least 5 seconds ahead, because Webster and Tidmarsh have got a 5-second track limit penalty. And third in Class B is Andrade and Fletcher. Class C, it's Moore and Dennis still leading in that class. From in second place, and I think a lap behind effectively, Paul Sibiani and Johnny Hayes and Pearless and Stenning. They've got a 2-lap deduction, so they will fall behind the Mazda MX-5 of Thomas Stedman and his teammate who's driving that car now, which is Michael Hooper, in the final classification. 2 laps deducted for a refueling infringement for the Honda. So there's Saunders in second place, there's Scott Parkin in third place, and they're making their way along the stretch towards Vale, and then on towards Club Corner for the... Oh, almost a touch there between the second and third place cars, Marcus.
Yeah, very, very tight through traffic. They've got the Mazda to overtake. X5 may have disadvantaged Saunders, and an important point in the second where a whack from the guy. He was trying to get out of the way, not trying to get out of the way, he overreacted to Saunders and then sideswiped Parkin.
Yeah, Bruno Costa that was in the number 82 car, and hopefully it's not caused damage to Parkin's car.
Well, Parkin's car's now under attack again, but from Middleton, who's down alongside and is going past him, so I wonder if it's not the tracking maybe on the Audi.
It could well have done. Perhaps there could have been slightly more situational awareness there. Parkin was trying to go on the outside of the car that was being lapped, which I guess there was some risk there, as he was keen to get another position in the later stage of the race. And the problem is here, you've got that car, which is a lap down, and again, this contact, this time with Saunders.
That's the same car, isn't it?
It is.
82, two contacts with the leading car inside half a lap.
Yeah, and this is the problem when you've got cars that are lapping in a similar pace, but on different laps. Whether there's always the awareness of that you are battling with a car on different laps, they're probably not getting necessarily blue flags always to show that cars on another lap are coming through.
The other thing's difficult, of course, is that a lot of these TCR cars look very, very similar.
Yes.
From the front, there's not a lot of livery on.
No. Oh, and Parkin way, way wide there. You do wonder if there is some damage. A tracking issue. It's not.
Or a tyre going down or something like that. It might have cut a tyre.
Yeah, either way, the handling is deteriorating. There's 8 minutes left to go. So I think now the question becomes, can Scott Parkin hold on and keep that car going to the end of the race? He's got 26 seconds in hand over the Martin Gadsby number 117 BMW Compact, so that's now a consideration as well. But it's getting very hectic in these closing stages of the race. So it's Saunders in second, Middleton there in third, and Scott Parkin is still there in fourth position. The gap's elongated from where they were a couple of laps ago.
Now looks like he's sort of a little nervous about trying to pass the 82.
I'm not surprised.
No, absolutely. But he's had grandstand views of, and Middleton's just gone off the circuit here at Abbey. He's ran wide and he's hopped back on. So he lost the place to Parkin as a result. He has. Middleton kind of went rallying.
No, he's not lost to Parkin. No, he's not lost to Parkin.
There was Parkin. I think Middleton's dropped back.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. So, yes, I think you're right actually.
Yes,
Beg your
there he is.
pardon. Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right, Marcus. 62 into the pits. That's not for the first time today. That's the Peter Denley Sadler and Edward Gay BMW.
So often these races have stings in their tails in the last 10 minutes, quarter of an hour.
Absolutely right. Meanwhile, Dylan Briggs extended his lead to 11.2 seconds now over the rest. Here's the next group of cars coming through.
Lining up to ambush Middleton.
Yeah. So let's just have a look at how much time Middleton lost on that lap. He's coming over the line now. And for him, it was a 1:18 compared to 1:13 for Saunders, 1:14 for, I just say, four seconds roughly that he lost as a result of that. Dropped him back to fourth place. Leave that off about a lap ago. So there's Scott Parkin. I mean, for him, good news was that it was a 1:14. So those handling issues, he seems to be at least coping with, if indeed there are any handling issues. That car. Sam Dennis going through shot there in the 195 car, having taken over from Ashmore, and looking good for a fourth successive win out of four this season in the TDI Club Enduro Championship in Class C, and that will put him in a great position going into the penultimate meeting at Alton Park, where a win there would certainly wrap up the championship. Saunders in second place. I think a relative newcomer to the Club Enduro. Just having a look to see if he's been out so far this season. I don't think he has. We saw him in the road sports, didn't we, at Cadwell Park a few weeks ago, where he went pretty well. Some good results there. I think he was out in the all-comers race as well.
2 hours round here in traffic in your seat.
Yeah, on your own.
Take its toll,
It's certainly get that a glass of water, I think, for when he comes into Parc Fermé. Yeah, it's certainly going to be very tiring for those drivers that have gone solo, which is only a handful. Saunders, Scott Parkin has done that. David Embury has done that in 22nd place. We've not seen much of him in the 168 car. And he's been out there in his BMW M235i. There's the Browse car. That's Alex Dramas. Where is it actually running, the Browse car at the moment? 221.
Just outside the top. So from memory.
Yeah, just tell me. Yeah, 222 I should say.
Yes, just Blanco's dropped back with his stop.
That's right. So what have we got? 3.5 minutes of the race left to go into the very final stages of the race. Brichter still putting in good laps in the 13, so he's maintaining a lead of more than 11 seconds over the rest, which is very important. Doesn't want any last lap dramas. Scott Parkin is 7 seconds behind Saunders, but Middleton is only 1.5 seconds behind Parkin, so I guess there's still the chance of a change for the final podium position. So we'll see if we can pick on that. There's Saunders, who's now 7 seconds ahead of Parkin. So we'll pick if we can on parking number 1.
BMW scrambling over the curbs onto the grass at the club.
Yeah, there's parking and there's Middleton. They're less than 1.4 seconds apart now, aren't they, as they go down to Vale. And we've got a lot of cars, including that number 82 car, Bruno Costa, ahead of them. And the Trouble 4 car, Alan Blanco, is all over the gravel at Vale. That sends Scott parking very wide at Club Corner, not to get an advantage, but just to get out of the way. And, yeah, what was 1.4 seconds is now 0.4 seconds.
Now Middleton's on the other side, and he's having to tuck back behind Blanco.
Again, that's going to be a car that's lapping in a similar pace, albeit on a different lap.
Yeah, Blanco's pushing quite hard through that.
Yeah, and that Blanco in 12th position now, having had to serve that stop-go penalty in the car that is shared with Claire Norman.
Which was off-piste.
Yeah, that may well have been the Daniel Jude car, the 197 car, which has, I think, Mike Rayner ruled out. Yes, it was. So just keep an eye on that. Well, there's now a car, the Blanco car between parking. Well, but for how long? Because Blanco's going to get ahead of parking here, I think. No, he's not quite going to do it at Stokeford. I thought he was going to go around the outside. He's going to have another nibble on the way down to the Vale. But there's probably only going to be 2 laps to go, I would think. As yeah, he's just started the penultimate lap, I think, as Dylan Brichter. As the next group of cars just making their way into Club Corner for the final time. Saunders has gone through, and then Parkin and Method to go along with 1.2 seconds between them now and 2 laps of the race to go. Just checking the classes to make sure there's no dramas there. Yep, still the same leaders in classes B and C of this race. So that's Webster and Titmarsh in Class B, and Moore and Dennis in Class C.
There's the 82 again. Wearing off.
Yes, indeed. And you do wonder if all of these drivers know that which lap they are on and who they're actually battling with in this race. So down to Stowe they come. And
Blanco's had another go on the outside, and he's gone past Parkin, but Parkin tucks back. He's balked, he's stuck on the inside behind the 82 car. As they go on to their last lap.
yeah, as Brichter has already started his final lap there. Just going past the number 119 Audi TT. That's the car with Bobby Trundley now aboard, having taken over from Sandro Ballesteros. Bobby Trundley, who was one of the early 116 trophy drivers when that first came out.
88 laps down then for the lead car. Victor at this point. Parkin started it.
Yeah, and it'd be a good result. They had a second place, these two, at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix circuit earlier in the season, and I think it was a 75-minute race, a shorter race they had there. But this is going to be a victory, first victory of the season for them. They had a DNF at Croft. They started at Snetton for the last meeting, so it's Dylan Brichter coming through the Vale for the final time, just in behind that number 55 car. I think it stands in aboard that car now. But Brichter coming through with the clock having counted down to 0. We'll see the checkered flag to win the Tagiwa Club Enduro Championship here at Silverstone by a convincing margin in the end. Yeah, 5 cars on the lead lap, headed by number 6 Dylan Brichter and Ryan Parkin. 89 laps completed for them. 34 Greg Saunders was second, 11.8 seconds behind, and third was number 1 Scott Parkin.
So we've just got the drivers now heading in after that Club Enduro. We've got Dylan Brichter, our winner here. Dylan, come forward, otherwise you might see the wrong end of a car. Dylan, congratulations on the victory there. Talk us through it, because obviously that was a long, hard race.
That felt really long. Like, I thought after the safety car, I thought maybe if the safety car stays out, then I'll just sit there and win the race like that. But then safety car went in. I think there was some lapped cars in between me and second, which probably helped create a gap. But yeah, that felt really long at the end there. It was like 15 minutes still, and I was like trying to wish for the race to end or something. But yeah, no, the car was perfect. The guys have done such a lot of work in preparation for today. They really have spent so many nights doing this. So hopefully Scotty got a good result as well. And then for the team, this is mega for us.
Absolutely. Pictured there because your team jumping all over you, 4 or 5 team members jumping all over you as well.
Yeah, they've really worked so hard for this, so it's good for them. And then I got my sister and her team here supporting me, my parents, everyone's turned out. So it's a perfect weekend now.
And it's a good first stint from Ryan as well. How much of that did that play a part?
From Ryan, yeah, no, that was spot on. That's exactly what we wanted. We thought maybe an ultimate pace, we were just kind of half a second off first and second. But over a 2-hour race, it's your average pace that counts, and we managed to manage that pretty well.
Great stuff, Dylan. I'll let you get hydrated. Go celebrate with your team. You've earned that one.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dylan. Let's have a...